It is 7 p.m. You sit down at your desk. You have your textbook open, your laptop ready, and a clear goal to finish that essay or study for the math test tomorrow. You tell yourself, okay, just 2 hours of solid work, and then I can relax. You read the first sentence. But then your phone screen lights up. Just a small buzz. It is a notification from a friend, or maybe just a random app update. You think, I will just check this quickly. It will only take 2 seconds. You pick up the phone. You reply to the message. Then you see a video suggestion. You click it. Then you scroll to the comments. Then you check Instagram. Then you check your email. Suddenly you look up at the clock. It is 8:45 p.m. You have been sitting there for nearly 2 hours, but you have written absolutely nothing. The page is still blank. Does this sound familiar? If you are nodding your head right now, I want you to know something important. You are not lazy. You are not bad at school. You do not lack discipline. But you are falling victim to a specific, dangerous habit that is rewiring your brain. It is a habit that destroys your ability to do deep work. And honestly, most students do it every single day without realizing how much damage it is doing. Tonight, we are not just going to talk about putting the phone away. It is deeper than that. We need to talk about how your brain actually works and why that 2-second check is costing you hours of your life. Let's be real for a second. We all like to think we are good at multitasking. You think you can listen to a lecture while texting, or do your homework while watching a YouTube video in the background. But here is the hard truth. Multitasking is a lie. Biologically, your brain cannot focus on 2 things at once. What you are actually doing is called task switching. You are rapidly switching your focus from the homework to the phone, back to the homework, back to the phone. Imagine your brain is like a computer. Every time you switch tasks, it is like closing a massive program and opening a new one. If you do that once, it's fine. But if you do it every 30 seconds, the computer starts to lag. It overheats. Eventually, it freezes. That is exactly what is happening inside your head when you study with your phone next to you. You might feel like you are working because you are sitting at your desk. But your brain is exhausted. This is why you can spend 4 hours studying, but only get 30 minutes of actual work done. And the worst part? This habit creates a feedback loop. When you switch tasks, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine, that feel-good chemical, from the new stimulus. Your brain starts to crave the distraction. So, when the math problem gets hard, your brain screams, "Switch! Look at the phone. It's easier." You aren't fighting against your homework. You are fighting against your own biology. And right now, your biology is winning. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I only check my phone for 5 seconds. How bad can that be? This is where it gets scary. There was a study done at the University of Minnesota by a researcher named Sophie Leroy. She discovered something called attention residue. Here is how it works. When you switch from task A, your history notes, to task B, a text message, and then try to go back to task A, your attention does not follow you immediately. A part of your brain is still stuck on task B. You are physically looking at your notes, but your brain is still processing that text message. It is wondering what your friend meant, or thinking about what you should reply. Research suggests it can take up to 23 minutes to get your full focus back after a distraction. Think about that. 23 minutes. So, if you check your phone every 15 minutes, you are literally never operating at full capacity. You are studying in a permanent state of brain fog. This is why you read a paragraph 3 times and still don't know what it said. This is why you feel tired, even though you haven't done much physical work. This quick check habit is the single biggest destroyer of your potential. It is not about the time you waste scrolling. It is about the residue that clogs up your brain for the rest of the night. There is another side to this habit that we rarely talk about. It is not just about grades. It is about your mental health. When you constantly shatter your focus, you are training your brain to be anxious. Have you ever felt that low-level panic when you have nothing to do? You are waiting for the bus or waiting for class to start, and you immediately reach for your pocket. You can't just sit there. This constant switching keeps your brain in a state of high alert. You are always looking for the next input, the next notification. You are never letting your mind rest. For students, this is a disaster. High school and college are stressful enough. But when you add this digital fragmentation, you are essentially constantly revving your engine in neutral. You are burning fuel, making noise, but going nowhere. This leads to that overwhelming feeling of burnout. You feel like you are working all the time, yet you feel like you are falling behind. It creates guilt. You finish the day feeling unproductive, which makes you stressed. So you scroll on your phone to numb the stress, which makes you less productive the next day. It is a vicious cycle, and the only way to break it is to stop feeding the monster. So, how do we fix this? I am not going to tell you to throw your phone in the ocean. That is not realistic. But we need a protocol. We need a system that protects your brain from itself. Here is the 3-step plan to regain your focus power. Step 1. Friction is your friend. Willpower is weak. Design is strong. If your phone is on your desk, you will check it. Period. You need to increase the friction required to check it. When you start a study session, put your phone in another room. If you are at the library, put it deep inside your backpack, zipped up. Make it annoying to get to. If you have to stand up and walk to get your phone, your lazy brain will usually say, "Hey, not worth it," and go back to work. Step 2. Embrace the boredom. When you hit a hard part in your studying, a difficult equation or a boring chapter, you will feel an urge to switch tasks. That urge is actually a signal. It means you are about to learn. When that feeling hits, do not switch. Just sit there. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Take a deep breath. Let the boredom wash over you. If you can push through that initial 10 seconds of resistance, you will break through to the other side of focus. Step 3. High-intensity intervals. Stop trying to study for 3 hours straight. You can't do it. Use the Pomodoro technique, but use it strictly. Set a timer for 25 minutes. During those 25 minutes, you are a machine. No phone, no tabs, no talking. Just work. When the timer goes off, you must stop, even if you are in the flow. Get up, stretch. But here's the key. During your 5-minute break, do not look at your phone. Look out a window. Get water. Do not flood your brain with dopamine right before you try to focus again. Changing this habit is hard. Your brain is going to fight you. It is addicted to that constant switching. But the reward is massive. Imagine finishing your homework in 2 hours instead of 5. Imagine understanding the material the first time you read it. Imagine having the rest of your evening purely guilt-free to actually play video games or hang out with friends, knowing your work is truly done. That is what focus gives you. It gives you your time back. So, here is my challenge to you. Not for next week, not for someday. For tonight, pick one task, just one. Put your phone in a different room. Set a timer for 30 minutes. And just see what happens. See how much you can get done when you aren't fighting the residue. You are capable of incredible things, but only if you give your brain the space to do them. Start small. Start tonight. You've got this.